Google, can you just relax for a second? We've just got used to Gemini 3 and now they've dropped Nano Banana Pro. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty crazy. I've been playing around with the update and yeah, I've used it to create memes. I guess we all have. But for a business, this could be a game changer. If you've ever had a brilliant idea, but it stayed in your head because you couldn't draw or you just didn't have the skills to edit and design, that ends right now. In this video, I'm gonna show you how I came up with a fictional energy drink called Apex Energy. We're going to build a hero product and then put it into a global marketing campaign using the new features. And we're going to do it without opening Photoshop and without hiring a single person. So let's get into it. To access Nano Banana Pro, the first thing you want to do is go to gemini.google.com. Once you're here, you want to make sure that you select the right model. So make sure you selected thinking. That will give you access to Nano Banana Pro. If you keep it on fast, it will give you access to the old version of Nano Banana. I am using the Pro version, so I am able to create more images. You can create images on the free version, but you are limited. Once we've done that, we want to click on Create Image. Okay, we're set up and we're ready to go. But the first thing we need to do is define our master asset. This is going to be important because we're going to be referencing this image throughout this tutorial. So I've got my prompt here and I'm just going to add it into the chat. It's a really detailed prompt. This is important to get the best out of it. Try and be as detailed as you can. So I'm just going to hit submit and it will start generating the first one. Oh, look at that. That is pretty solid. I am happy with that. And we've just done that from one prompt. Okay, this is really good. But you know, as a brand, we have more than one flavor really. So I've got my second prompt and this time I want to come up with a range of different flavors that I would like to showcase. So I'm going to come up with zesty lime and tropical peak. Let's see what it does with this. And notice I've put it to say at landscape. That's really important. If you want different ratios and dimensions, state that in there. I think that's something the original one didn't really do well. So let's hit submit again. As you can see, starting to arrange the cans as well. Pretty impressive, right? Look at that. So I've come up with now 3 different drinks ready to go. But if we think about this now, it's okay having my studio images. How could we put this into a real life scenario and start to hit our target audience? So I'm going to go with the gym because we want to hit busy dads who are tired, that are trying to go to the gym, work, and just be the apex predator. So again, got my prompt ready here. I'm just going to move that over. I've gone again in real detail. I want the model to be a black man in his 40s. I've even said what he should be wearing as well, CrossFit, and him looking determined. Let's see what it comes up with. So I just hit submit there. Look at that. Look at what it's come up there. That is brilliant. So we're placing it in areas that we think actually our key target audience would be. So we're saying you could use this for your workout to power your workout there. But we want to look like major players. And to do that, we've got to try and show that we've got some clout and we've put it somewhere popular. So I've decided that I'm going to put it on Piccadilly Circus. So again, I've got my prompt and remember, detail is key, is that I've put a wide angle landscape photographer or photography on Piccadilly Circus in London. So let's see what this comes up with now. So we're starting to create the scene's parameters as well. And you can go in and look at the detailed bit. Oh, there we go. Look at that. All the cars are going in the right direction. It's got the London bus and I've shown what it can look like on a nice board as well. These are great mock-ups. For example, if you wanted to pitch this to people in a slide deck, you could save these images too, right? I'm really happy with that. But if I wanted to do it in a bit more detail and really target my audience, I could do it as people who are commuting into work. So again, I've got my prompt here. Let me just bring this over. I want it to be London Underground because I want to see how it could look on the advertising board. So again, detailed prompt, everything in there. Let's hit submit. So if you want to have a look at a detailed bit of like what it was doing, you could just press the drop down arrow there. Look at that. Okay, that's all right, but I probably would have a bit more. It's all right, but I probably could have gone there and saying a mix of people in there. It doesn't just have to be all men on a carriage. But again, that's probably my issue because I didn't put a detailed prompt in there. But I like the bit where it's got people tired as well. commuting into work. But not only that, we can now create an infographic as well. And it's pretty good with the words and the spellings. Before, that used to be an issue, like you'd ask it to put some words on there and it wouldn't come out great. So let's do our prompt for an infographic. And I'm just going to add this in. So I've said a clean professional infographic on a solid white background with the header Apex Energy versus synthetic alternatives in dark blue. And let's see what it comes up with, because again, infographics are really powerful and we could resize them for Instagram or other social media platforms too. Let's see what it comes up with. A nice infographic, text looks great. I could put on Instagram and showcasing my brand versus other artificial synthetic alternatives here. So again, really powerful. So in the space of this video, we've created different assets that we could use in a brand mock-up or to showcase with people, or even actually use straight away on social media, just using Nano Banana. And like I said, you didn't even have to leave Photoshop. But just before we go, I want to try something out here. I want to upload an image of myself because I want to get in on this action. This is an image of me holding a different can and I want to replace it. So I'm just going to use the microphone. I always use this. I would like you to replace the image of the can with the Apex Energy drink, keeping everything else the same. And I'm just going to hit submit. And as you can see, this is the original image. So hopefully it changes it and it looks like it's going to work. Doing a change there, and there we go. Look at that. It's kept everything else the same, but it's replaced the can. So you can use multiple images and merge them together. Wow. Just wow. We went from a text idea to a product to a global campaign to an educational asset in a single session. We didn't replace creativity, we just removed the friction. If you're a business owner, you need to be looking at this update today. To help you, I've put the exact prompts I've used in this video in the description below so you can copy and paste them.